just gonna go do a quick route around the map for those that were asking, just to kind of see a slow-mo of some of the different lines, and you can see how things line up as far as the dodecahedrons and then where they overlap. I think the easiest way to do stuff is to kind of just sort of rotate around. You can kind of see all of the various places in which Earth could be measured via the stretches of the plate tectonics, the volcanic creations of Earth and masses and water displacement. Just a lot of stuff going on here, but ultimately it's pretty close, I think, to being somewhat clearer to me as to how it would have been set up and why. I still feel like I have a lot of learning to do about how it all goes together. But increasingly, it just seems so absolutely elegant to me. If there's, the upside down version of what we were looking at before, right? And just all of these things are just so elegant to me. Like, think about this. This is 4,000 miles. These lines are, the blue lines are 39,065 miles, okay? So take all those and realize that 4,000 mile long thing, there's 3 of them for each one of those dodecahedron pies. And that means, you got like 4,000 miles there, 4,000 miles there, 4,000 miles there. This red line coming across, that's the magnetic south to magnetic north, all the way up there, 12,235 miles. And boom, right in there. So, and you get all these things, like up in here, this triangle up here would have been all glacier ice, northern hemisphere stuff, right? And then all up in here, same thing, lots and lots of snow and ice. So you would have had probably one point, right, where there's like still, I think snow is down in this area here. So, I mean, you can almost look at it and see where the green is, that all of that water base that got pushed into there became fertile. So, I think part of the big challenge of where I was going with that the East African Rift Valley is, understanding, like, obviously the ancients realized, like, the melting waters and stuff, and they're looking at rifts. And so here you've got points F, G, and up here, E, all along the African continent. So here's the Somali plate, and this is the East African, right? And this is gonna rift right up in here. I did it on the other video, but look, something like that. Let's get out of that. Oops. Right there. So yeah, that's gonna happen. And whether that's exactly what the ancients were trying to measure with these points of line, or not, I don't know. But they seem to terminate in these ways that just exactly with this 3965 from these, all these UNESCO sites, that everything connects. It's almost like statistically impossible for it to be something else, but I still am trying to stay so open to the process and learn, and not try to make it seem about just like being right, because that's never really what I think this is. For me, I could admire the elegance of it and really appreciate that, and that's why I want to share it and why I'm so passionate about it. But it's also, there's a lot going on, so if I don't have it perfectly right, I don't want somebody to feel like they can't come be like, yo, have you thought about this, or what about that, and this works that way, and have you thought of this? And those are the ways of collaboration that make all of these data points that I have now possible, right? I couldn't have done any of this without knowing all of those other data points that fit into it. So yeah, I just feel like there's a lot to share here, but I'm going to keep it there, and I hope everybody's doing well. Peace.